author Sarah A. Chrisman, and today I'm going to be making an 1897 recipe for true lovers' knots. These are a sort of biscuit that were suggested as a refreshment for Valentine's Day tea parties in the late 19th century.
The original 1897 recipe for true lovers' knots, which appeared in The Cultivator and Country Gentleman, reads: True lovers' knots. 1 quart of flour, 1 teaspoonful of salt, 1 teaspoonful of sugar, 3 tablespoonfuls of butter, 3/4 of a pint of milk, 2 heaping teaspoonfuls of baking powder. Mix all into a smooth, stiff dough, take out on the board and knead about 1 minute. Roll out thin, cut in narrow 6-inch strips. Roll these under the palms until they are round, then deftly tie into a true lover's knot. Wash with sweetened milk and bake to a delicate brown. Serve with butter.
Now, a lover's knot is a little tricky to tie, but luckily I have this knot tying practice kit that I gave Gabriel years ago for Christmas, and it has a card on how to tie the appropriate knot for a lover's knot. You can also find these in knot tying books and such, and it just takes a wee little bit of practice. Practice, practice, practice. The first knot is kind of easy, and then your second knot goes through that. So whatever diagram you're using, keep your string if you're practicing, or your dough if you're making these, aligned with your diagram, just like you would align a map with the ground. Makes things easier on yourself. There you go. Ta-da! Now, the recipe said to do this with a 6-inch strip of dough. If there is any actual human out there in the audience who can do this with 6 inches of dough, my hat's off to you. You are clearly an Eagle Scout or a mountain climber, and I salute you. But for those of us mere mortals, personally, I need more than 6 inches of dough. These are, I think, about 2.5 feet long. And yeah, hats off to the Eagle Scouts. So tie the first knot. The second knot comes from behind, and then makes a knot like the first one. There you go. First knot's the easy one, and then the second knot comes up from behind, goes through the first one, and then makes a knot. 2 knots entwined. You can see I had a sort of learning curve as I was practicing these. This was my first one. And then as I've been getting a little better at it, this one's a little prettier. Now I'm going to brush these with milk and bake them. And I've got about 2/3 of my dough left, so I'll keep on making them. Artemis, you're getting in the way of the camera. I know there's milk there, and milk is irresistible to you, but I'll give you your own when I'm done with this, okay? Just have to be a little patient, dear. I'll give you your own bowl in a minute. Just patience. Patience is a virtue. If you want this one, you can have it, but let me finish brushing these first, okay? It'll just take a minute. Okay, now you can have it. There you go. Now it's all yours. The first time I ever came across the phrase true lover's knot was back in college. I took a class on Celtic ballads, and the motif of the true lover's knot comes up a lot in folk ballads, that they're not biscuits like these. Generally in the ballads, one of the things that happens is that a plant will grow on a grave or some other place of significance for the people in the ballad, and the plant grows into this shape to signify the love or broken heart, depending on the song and the story. They came up a lot in the Victorian era. It's almost a Celtic knot, as you can see. It's almost a Celtic knot. And so, yeah, it's a nice romantic symbol for Valentine's Day. So the recipe doesn't give a temperature or a time. I'm baking these at about 375. It's just because that's where my oven happens to be. But they're kind of halfway between a biscuit and a cookie, so 375 is a good temperature. And just keep your eye on them. They're done when they're golden brown. Probably about 15 minutes, but it depends on how hot your oven is. There we go. True lover's knots for Valentine's Day. There we go. Now, I'm having these with a little bit of strawberry jam and rose mint tea. It'd also be good with coffee. And besides the original suggestion of having these at a Valentine's tea party, I think they'd also make a really good addition to a Valentine's breakfast if you're making it for someone special. So just be creative and have some fun with it. So just a little note about what they taste like. When I said they're kind of halfway between a biscuit and a cracker, they've pretty much got the flavor of an American biscuit, but it's the texture of a cracker. They're crunchy. So don't be expecting those pillowy American biscuits that we love so much for biscuits and gravy and that sort of thing. This is more like a cookie in the texture, but they're really nice. They're not too sweet, which is why they go well with jam, or you could have honey on them too, or if you just like them plain. They are a nice addition to any number of Valentine's meals. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a nice thumbs up and remember to tell your friends about my books. Happy reading!